Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the J Gamer Show, the most originally named podcast in the history of podcasts. So, I've been away for a while because I'm working on Gamecast, and God, that's taken up a lot of my time. But I'm here back. I have a few videos coming up in the next few weeks, and I hope you all enjoy them. So, in terms of gaming news, it's taken me a while to actually gather some up because the gaming community's been a bit dormant, not really interesting until recently. Square Enix have just announced that the Avengers game that they've been working on in secret over the last few years is finally ready to be shown off a bit at the next E3. What else? Also, Hideo Kojima has finally released more information about Death Stranding, which drops this November, a game that I myself have really been looking forward to. Probably one of the main reasons I bought a PS4 again was to play Death Stranding after hearing about PT. I didn't really get to play PT. I've watched so many people play it and probably would have shit my pants playing. But anyway, Death Stranding does look really good from the trailer so far. Mads Mikkelsen is a personal favourite of mine. Norman Reedus as well from The Walking Dead, who has become a fan favourite of the fans of The Walking Dead. So it's a stellar cast. I think from gameplay wise, I haven't seen anything great. The one thing that annoyed me is the wheel system from Days Gone is being used in this game, where you hold L1 and you pick your whatever you want to use and whatnot. And it is a cool system, but because it's from Days Gone, I just don't rate it because that game was a bit of a letdown for me. I've been playing it more in my spare time, and I've been just kind of fucking around and going around doing my own thing, doing some of the side quests and all. It's okay. The zombies, the freakers as they're called, they're not the greatest. But look, it wasn't worth the €70 I paid for it, but if you can pick it up for a bit less, yeah, it's a good game to play while we're waiting for other games to come out, like Jedi Fallen Order, which I'm also really looking forward to, even though we haven't seen any gameplay at all for that, and they've been hyping how important the gameplay is for it, and they won't show it, which kind of sends off warning bells. But anyway, yeah, a thing that I didn't see in the news, but I was told about by a friend, was Red Dead seems to be going through some serious trouble with glitches. And then it at the same time it just popped up on my phone that a massive update was due for Red Dead. So apparently it's like a horror show. People are discovering huge mountains of dead horses outside towns and communities in Red Dead. And apparently it's some patch that they introduced and the game has just reacted this way, and they're having trouble fixing it. Apparently it still hasn't been fixed, and there's been two smaller updates since. So it's really weird. I've seen pictures of it. It's like a bonfire of horses, and they're all just like limply moving around and stuff. It's kind of it's a bit fucking off-putting now, to be fair. Cool at the same time, but if you didn't understand how kind of glitches work and how patches work and all, you genuinely would think that it's part of the game and that there's some kind of weird mission or side quest coming up involving it. Personally, I think it would be really cool if they did something like that for a DLC where the Undead Nightmares Part 2, if that comes, I'd like to see something like that. Maybe kind of to take the piss out of themselves a bit, which is always nice to see in games when they don't take themselves too seriously, which Rockstar don't tend to do too often. So the final bit of news that I want to talk about is E3 is coming up. I don't know what I'm going to do for it, if I'm going to record anything for it. I might just do like a little podcast afterwards discussing any of the new trailers that are coming up, anything that I think was interesting, anything that kind of surprised me a bit. Xbox, I think this is their year where they can really kind of show off, because as we discovered, PlayStation will not be at E3 this year, which is strange because it seems to me like it's going to lower the value of E3 a bit if they're just going to keep going off and doing their own thing. But yeah, I'm hoping Microsoft finally unveil a few exclusives that make having an Xbox worthwhile, because at the moment, unless you're a Halo fan, you could play everything else on PlayStation, and you can get some really good exclusives like Death Stranding when it comes out, The Last of Us, which everyone knows is a great game, and Jesus, what's another exclusive? God of War, which actually they released a feature-length documentary about, which just shows the amount of work going on behind the scenes was amazing. And they knew that the God of War Ascension, which would have been the title that came before God of War 4, wasn't great, and that they were willing to put their hands up and admit to it, which is kind of cool. You don't really see games doing that, and it makes you wonder what the hell they would have done if this game didn't go well. So yeah, that's it so far. Gamecast. The second podcast went up. I hope you enjoyed that. It took us a hell of a long time to actually get back to recording another one. There's more surprises coming forward with Gamecast. A different style of video dropping, I believe, tomorrow, the time of recording. Is it? No, I don't think it is. Shit. It's coming this Friday or next Friday. I don't know. I don't have the schedule in front of me right now. And there may be a new member of Gamecast who's just been announced. Well, shit. Not announced, but he's after agreeing to take part. And hopefully he takes it with... what would you kind of say it? Hopefully he takes it serious and brings some great content, which I know he can, because I've seen some of his work before and it is mind-blowing in his own interests and hobbies. So yeah, you've all that to look forward to. There's more Let's Plays coming. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the J Gamer Show. It's only a short one, just to kind of get something out there and let you know what's happening. Alright guys, thanks very much, and we'll see you again.